back on the 5th of April 2019, you described your team as mentality monsters.
Why?
Because you've just beaten Southampton by 3-1, and Mo and Jordan scored in the last 10 minutes to seal that win.
Oh.
So I just wonder now, mentality-wise, do you feel that you are at that level again? And if so, what chance does that give you to complete a quadruple?
Well, good times when you were not here. Obviously, the question did get better in that time. So, when we look now back at the game against Chelsea, then I would say the mentality of both teams was on an incredible level. The tempo of the game was incredible. The way both teams tried to close the other team down for 120 minutes. Try to play football yourself, which is difficult when one is defending like both teams defended. It showed that there's no doubt about any kind of mentality, but not only us, Chelsea as well. That we then won the penalty shootout 11-10 shows you as well, both that the concentration level of the whole game was insane. Both teams really, like goalkeepers, let me say, Creeve's last save from Lukaku. This little roll, it looks like a roller. When you see it back, you think, oh my God, that must be a goal or whatever. And Creeve saves the ball with the foot. The concentration, and that's how the penalty shootout was as well. So yes, that's very good and very important. Will we have that for the rest of the season? I don't know, but we will try. But that has the quadruple, this wonderful story. No team yet in the history of England, of British football, right, won ever the quadruple, right? Because it's really difficult. We won the Carabao Cup. We are behind City in the Premier League. We play Norwich tomorrow night after playing 120 minutes on Sunday. Then we play West Ham. And the fun part of your job is obviously that you count the points before we play the games, but we have to play them still. So it's not that we even are close to think about any crazy stuff like that. We just want to try to make sure that the boys are fit enough to face Norwich in a proper way.
Is it a compliment, though, that people talk about you having the potential to have that kind of success this season?
That they think we have the chance to do so. You could see it as a compliment, but I don't need these kind of compliments, to be honest, because it doesn't feel like that. It's not that we think, oh, we are close to win a quadruple. We are close to nothing in the moment. We are just still in 3 competitions. That's all we are, like some other teams as well. So, no, it's better that people think we can do good things than they think we are useless, but it's not very important or even helpful, because, as I said, we face a lot of really good football teams between now and the end of May.
Just aside from the football, I just need to ask you about Harvey Elliott as well, because obviously we know that the FA have asked for his observations after he was shown holding a smoke flare in the celebrations. Have you had to speak to Harvey? What's your reaction to the FA's intervention? And do you have to remind Harvey of his responsibilities in a situation like this?
Yeah. So he didn't speak to Harvey yet. Since I'm aware of it, I couldn't speak to him. Will I speak to him? Yes, maybe. But so Havel is a very young man on the pitch, and outside he's still a little bit more a boy. So, but that's not a problem. He made a mistake, and only because of the responsible or the role model role we have as people working in public. Yeah, I understand 100%. I will tell him. I can promise he will not do it again. Do I think it was the worst thing that ever happened in the world of football? No. So, but yeah, I understand 100% why it's not okay. But in that moment, I got carried away. So, and I'm nearly 4 times as old as he is. So that can happen. But what is that? The best thing about making a mistake is don't do it again, and that he will not do it again.
Thank you. Julia, you're next.
Jürgen, how's Thiago? Because we saw Alisson on the ball, that doesn't look a good face.
Sorry, what was the rest of it?
I was going to say, so Alisson consoling him on the bench, obviously, before the final because he couldn't
He's
play.
not crying anymore. So if you mean that, so come on, that's a very emotional moment. We were all surprised. I came in the dressing room and I watched the whole warming up, didn't see anything, and then we come in and he's on the bed and the physios tell me he feels something, which is not good, obviously, in the hamstring. And then we had to make the decision that he cannot start at this moment when you are that close to play a final. And for the one player who won probably the most silverware in the whole squad, or as much as the whole squad together, showing them this kind of emotion, I didn't like that he didn't feel that good, but the desire to play a final I liked a lot. But he's fine again, but not fit again.
How long is the absence likely to be?
You know, always you don't know that exactly. Weekend, not sure. Maybe Milan. After that, definitely.
Okay. We go to Ian from Talksport for a question on the Zoom, and then to James from Merseyside back in the room.
Hi, Jurgen. Congratulations again on Sunday. Your team obviously are very hungry to win silverware. So how do you dampen down their excitement about hearing people talking about the quadruple? And how do you stop yourself from getting too far ahead of yourself and thinking about the quadruple?
I don't have to stop myself, and the boys not as well. So it's really, I'm not sure how you all get to that story because, okay, the only team who could win the quadruple was us because we won the first competition. That's easy. So, but even Chelsea, with all the City, with all the quality they have in the last 3 years, couldn't win the quadruple. And it says pretty much everything. Because there's so many teams. So again, starting with Norwich was already the biggest problem we have, and then talking about West Ham and all these kind of things, who's coming up, I don't even know. It's really difficult, and that's why nobody has to dump any kind of excitement down. It's just the reality. The reality to win something is that you have to be focused on the next step, and not on the one after that. So otherwise you will struggle, and that's what we do.
Thanks, Ian. Okay, James now. Jurgen, I don't know if you're familiar with the English phrase "after the Lord Mayor's show," but
No.
How important is it that the team refocus for tomorrow's game against Norwich? And are there some tired legs in there as well after the 120 minutes?
Can you say the phrase again?
After the Lord Mayor's show, it sort of means coming down after a high.
The most successful, the most famous German manager, Sepp Herberger, said, before the game is after the game. Huh? So, you don't understand that? Welcome on my planet. So, no, but I think, again, we will see. I don't think it's a big problem because it's pretty rare that you win something and then the whole decisive part of the season is only starting. But the boys, I have so much faith and trust in them. They will not. There's no problem with focusing on them. It's easy. Everybody told us already there's one competition we didn't win, it's the FA Cup. Oh, thank God we play FA Cup tomorrow night. The only problem is we play a Premier League team which has some issues. I heard that already injury-wise, but they can make a lot of changes. So they will play a side we faced already and had some problems. We have to make changes because we played 120 minutes. So we will see who will do that better. No game is decided before it. But my really smallest problem at the moment is to think that they could fly now. It will not work anymore. So like from mentality monsters to, I'm not sure exactly what the other thing is, in a minute, it's not bad. So I'm confident that we take the game very serious. And I'm very looking forward to the atmosphere that people will create because there was an incredible atmosphere at Wembley, I have to say. But obviously, I think not everybody who's tomorrow night in the stadium was at Wembley as well. So if you want to celebrate the team, do it with a 95-minute, or if you need longer, hopefully not, the best atmosphere we can create. That would be really helpful.
can't laugh, I think. Then there's one from Neil Jones, and then we'll go to the breakout. Yes,
Just on the celebrations you had, did you have to put a limit on, say, right, we get to this point and we've got to stop because we've got this week ahead of us?
No, we just waited for the plane until we got in the bus. Everything was in time. The main problem we had was doping. So not a big word up, that be the doping control.
Sorry about that.
So the doping control, because that took obviously the longest, which I was surprised. You only can have that much time for a doping control when your team is anti-alcoholic. Obviously the party was in the dressing room, and then we were all in the bus and we're still waiting for Queen. I think was the last, if I'm right. So then we had loud music in the bus, no music in the plane, maybe some music in the cars, and then we were home at 12:30. Then you cannot sleep, or at least I can't, but we gave the boys the day off yesterday. Here we are again and train again, and the celebrations were not too much.
Mo posted a picture of his recovery in the pool after he got back, I think, so that's how seriously he was taking it.
In his pool?
Yeah.
We were not all there.
no, but he did say it was recovery, he didn't say he was celebrating in the pool.
Yeah.
Right, we finished the open section, and we'll take just probably the ones in the room actually possible for the breakout. Neil, just
That's about Luis Diaz. I mean, we've become used to signing, maybe taking a while to get into the side regularly, but he just seems to have gone straight in as if he's been there, since pre-season. How pleased are you with him? And did he have a problem, or was it just fatigue when he came off the game?
Just fatigue, fatigue enough. He did really well. So we need this kind of quality, obviously, and probably said before we didn't confuse him too much with too many informations. He knows how he wants to play, and he knows how he has to play, and he is doing really well. You are right, for a start, incredibly well. Don't think too much about it, and just hope that it will stay like this as long as possible, or forever, in the best case. No, he had nothing. He just took him off because, we saw he gets tired, and he was tired earlier, but he still was fighting really hard. It was an incredibly intense game, I have to say. I'm not sure I saw a final like this where really, when one team is up, then obviously why should it be that intense? And one is managing the game and the other one is chasing it. In this game, both teams were going for it. The intensity was absolutely insane.
thank you. And then we go to the breakout section.